Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be my first video about IGCSE science, and we're going to cover biology. So the first topic, or the first chapter of the IGCSE Biology 0610 syllabus book is going to be about characteristics and classifications of living organisms. So this is the content of the first chapter, and I'm only going to be covering number one of in this video. So the notices and reminders are all of the knowledge I'm going to covering in this video and other videos in the future about biology will be following the ITCSE Extended Biology 0610 syllabus. So we have the characteristics of living organisms, and these characteristics are abbreviated by the term Mrs. GREN. So in order for something to be alive, they must be able to fulfill these seven characteristics. I mean, you can also see another variation to this Mrs. GREN or Mrs. C GREN, where you have the C, the extra C, which is the cell or the new updated version, but we're going to be sticking only with Mrs. Gren as per syllabus, okay? Because we're going to be only following the syllabus. You don't want to cover anything extra. So M stands for movement, and this is the change in place or position of an organism or part of an organism. This is an action. For example, if you wave your arm, that is an action in your arm or part of your body is changing in place and position. And for example, you jog or walk, simply walk, that is also an action, that is a movement because your body is not in the previous position or place it was. R is respiration. So it's a chemical reaction or chemical reactions breaking down nutrient molecules to release energy required for metabolic processes. So in our body for our respiration we either use aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration, and these respiration processes produce energy, okay, because when you break down these nutrient molecules you create energy, and these energy will be used for other metabolic processes, for example movement, basically all the other things like reproduction and eating, like stuffs like that. S is for sensitivity. It is the ability of an organism to sense an external or internal Stimuli is like a change of something. For example, like a change in weather, a change in temperature, and you need to be able, and the organism needs to be able to react appropriately to it. For example, if you touch something hot, that is an external stimuli. The heat is an external stimuli, and you need to be able to recognize it, to detect that external stimuli. In this case, is heat, and react appropriately to it. So you would pull your fingers away quickly because your brain deems that it is very hot and dangerous for you to keep touching it for long. And another example is that the change in temperature, for example, if the temperature lowers, you would feel colder, and that is you detecting the change in temperature or the change or the change in the environment, which is a stimuli, and you would react to it by putting on warm clothes or getting inside the house. G number four is G is for growth. It is the permanent. Okay, the permanent is important. The permanent increase in size in dry mass. The dry mass is not including water. So if you squeeze all the water out of an organism, the mass left is the dry mass. Okay, because most organisms have a lot of have water in their in the body, in the like body or cell, whatever it is, and they take up a lot of space. For example, human, 70% of us is water, and your brain is mostly made of water. So, and this amount of water can vary. So if you drink more water, the amount of water, water mass will increase in your body, but that doesn't mean that you're growing up. It's only the dry mass or the increase in size of your body. Okay, this thing can be increasing in number of cells, or increasing in the cell size, or increasing in both. Okay, in our case, we increase in number of cells. Okay, so number five is R, stands for reproduction. It is the ability to produce offsprings sexually and asexually. We produce, we are mammals and produce sexually by fusing the male gamete with the female gamete to form a zygote. But some organisms or some plants reproduce asexually by use. So asexual reproduction only involves one parent, but sexual reproductions involve two parents. So in our case, we need a female and male. But in plants, for example, you can use a pollen grain. You can use a gamete from a pollen grain and fuse with an ovary of that same plant to form a zygote. And in this case, it's asexual reproduction. Number six is E, which is excretion. It is the removal of excess waste products from your metabolic reactions and harmful products to the organism. So, in our body we have urine. Okay, urine is just urea, or the breakdown of excess protein we need to excrete out of our body, and you've mixed with water, and it forms urine. So urea dissolves in water to form urine, and you pee out. Another type of excretion is breathing out, simply breathing out. So, in our body, respiration happens, right? And you create carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is toxic to our body, and we need to remove it by breathing out. So, that is also a type of excretion. Number seven is N for nutrients. It is a taking in of materials for energy, growth, and development. So, we need nutrients, of course, to perform respiration, but to do other things too, like you need to be able to grow. Right? We need carbohydrates for energy, but we also need proteins and fibers to strengthen our muscles and to make more proteins to grow, right? To increase in size, to perform meiosis and stuff like that. Okay, and grow again. Back to number four, mitosis, meiosis. Back to number four, it's again the increase in size. Okay, so you need nutrients to grow, to reproduce, to basically do everything, because these nutrients will be converted into energy. Okay, and development. So these seven factors are the characteristics of a living organism or organisms. If an organism, or you don't classify them as an organism, if something doesn't meet these seven criteria, they are not alive. For example, a virus, the only characteristic it can carry out is reproduction, but the other six characteristics, like movement and respiration and sensitivity and growth and excretion and nutrients, they don't need it. So viruses are not classified as living things. They lie in their own domain, in their own kingdom. Okay, and we're going to be talking about kingdoms in the next video, covering the next part of the content. So thank you for watching today's video, guys, and please check out my other videos as well in this course to learn more about biology. Thank you, and see you guys next.